Guys, I wasn't going to do Serie A predictions this weekend because, let's face it, it's all finished. You know, we know we're champions, and looking last week, how many draws there were, because a lot of teams aren't even bothering. But I got, you know, in my live, I do a live every Thursday night, 8 o'clock, and I got a lot of people saying, well, you know, we want to know what your predictions are for Serie A and La Liga, in fact, this week. So, all right, I'm doing my predictions for Serie A. Here we go. Ready for this? Pisa versus Napoli, bottom versus second. I think that says it for itself, even though Napoli are at home. But then they lost last week, didn't they? I think to Bologna at home, 3-2. So Napoli aren't really sort of, that was their last, you know, they should, anyway, it's Pisa 0. They can't win to save themselves. Napoli 2. Pisa are down anyway. Como versus Parma. Blimey, Como. I was hoping that you would get into Champions League position spot. You're not going to make it. You drop down 6th place, which is a shame. It is a shame. But you're playing Parma, 13th. You're at home. I've got you winning that. Como 2, Parma 0. And it could push you up into sort of, you know, 3rd, 4th place eventually. Anyway, 2-1 to Como. Genoa Milan, well, come on. Milan are not playing great. They've lost 3 in the last 5 games. So they're away from home. Genoa 14th place. Drawn the last 2. They've only lost 1 in the last 5. They're at home. They'll go for it. I've got that though as Genoa 1, Milan 1. Roma Lazio, the big game. These two teams, always a lot going on here. Seriously. Roma sort of hold the advantage. One, they're in 5th place to Lazio's 9th. You know, they're at home. They've won 4 in the last 5. They haven't lost in 5. Whereas Lazio, very inconsistent. But it's a derby, and it's a major derby. I've got that down as Roma 2, Lazio 1. Juve Fiorentina. Fiorentina I thought might go down. And like I said at the beginning of the season, you know, they'd be up there sort of getting European football. And they nearly, I thought they were going down in the end of the day. But they've played really well the last 6 weeks. They've only lost 1 in the last 5 games. But they're away to Juve. Juve are really got some very good form lately. And my cousin, her son supports them. I've told him he's a traitor. I can't say his name. Love him dearly. I think Juve are going to win 3, Fiorentina 1. Inter, Verona. Verona are dead buried. They're going down. Inter at home. They can relax. They're champions. Inter 3, Verona 0. Atalanta, Bologna. That's going to be a good game. 7th versus 8th. Bologna away last week. Absolutely scored 3 goals against Napoli. I mean, they're hard game. Atlanta hard to beat in their home base. I think this is difficult. Atlanta 2, Bologna 2. Udinese, Cremonese. Cremonese, what's happened to you? You were sort of in the top part of the table beginning of the season, up until mid-season, doing really well, and you've just dropped and faded and dropped and faded. Now, if you're not careful, you're going down. You know, you're in the relegation zone, guys, and you're playing Udinese. Okay, Udinese, you know, they're in 16th position. I think it's going to be Udinese 2, Cremonese. Udinese 2, Cremonese 1. Sassuolo versus Lecce. Lecce, oh my God. It's between them and Cremonese. Which one of those two goes down with Verona and Pisa? Cremonese, Lecce, they're both playing away. Lecce playing Sassuolo, who are 11th in the league. I'm really not sure. I think Sassuolo 1, Lecce 1. That's going to set the cats amongst the pigeon. If that happens, those 2 results, the Cremonese and the Lecce result, it's all down to next week, which one gets relegated. And then Cagliari, Torino, 16th versus 12th place. I think they've got nothing to lose, those 2 guys. I've got that down as a 1-1 draw. Football Chat Uncensored, Rino talking.